Alright, so this is my current existing test bench. It's got a B450 on it, and I threw it together just to have something that I could assemble on the test bench to start trying a few things and checking a few things. But that's not going to serve my purpose because I do have some things I need to test. This does work. It works pretty well. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah. Ooh, power switch, yeah. It's got a switch. I mentioned in a short that it had a switch. It does work, and I've got something that will work out okay as far as my test bench and the setup here. It's okay, it's cool. But I need to swap that board out for this one. This is an X570. It's going to have PCIe 4, so more current graphics cards will work better on it. I would use this in a build, but I've managed to booger this up, and it's hard to tell. Maybe I can get in there a little bit. But this little clip right here, the back part of it is busted, and it's not like its brother over here. It's nice and stiff, and it's just because these are so darn hard to get into, and I pushed too hard and I busted it. But that's okay. We will be able to use it well, and yeah, do some testing with it. I'm going to put in a Ryzen 7 5800X. So I'll be able to use other CPUs, but for the time being, I'm going to put the 5800X, so we'll have something to test a couple graphics cards, including an RX 6600 and an RTX 3060, which were two pretty popular video cards that may have gotten left behind a little bit. The 3060, we've mentioned that NVIDIA might start producing that again because of the 12 gig of VRAM. Don't know about the 6600, but I mean, AMD seems to be doing fine with their batch of cards. But this is a great motherboard, except for that one little problem, so I'm going to use it as my test bench. And we'll use that B450 for something else. Yeah, it's only 4 gig of DRAM. Don't get all excited. Yeah. And a quick shout out to Xcool. I'm still using the electric screwdriver. This thing, it's still holding a good charge and everything, too. Yeah. I don't use it that often anymore, but it's hard to see that. But yeah, it's still got a complete charge on it. And it seems to hold a charge for quite a while. And yeah, so that's what we're going to use. Anyway, so let's take this board out, put the other one in, and I have to get a CPU cooler, too. Full-size board means I need to move a couple of standoffs, and I need to add a couple more, but I still have the package that came with it with the standoffs in it, so we're going to put a couple more on there, get the board mounted, and we'll be off and running. Well, yeah, I say that now. You guys thought I was going to forget to take that out, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll put that with the motherboard. Alright, fun with coolers. I did have this in a plain white, but the brackets and all that stuff, I don't know if I misplaced them or what I did with them, but this is just a regular AG400. It is RGB, which I don't really care if it's RGB or not. 5800X is going to go in here. I already got the memory, some Trident Z, so it should do just fine. And then we're going to put the 5800X in. We're going to get everything hooked up. I'll take these off. The bracket's nice enough to be able to use these same holes already lined up from the back plate. So yeah, just a little bit of configuring and doing, and we'll be fixed up in a minute here. I am going to, the first card I'm going to slop in is going to be the 6600 XT, just to make sure things work, and we'll have it going in a minute. Or 5 or 10 or 20. Okay, before I get this going, yeah, we got everything together. I'm not hooking up the RGB, no. Anyway, some of the things that do not make using a full-size board a good idea in a test bench: the power connector down there. Trying to get that 8-pin out without taking the power supply off, it's a pain in the butt. But we're going to try it out because I've already turned the power on and I have a power switch. I got something, but fans on the GPU aren't. There we go. Maybe we'll have a post in a second. Yeah, we'll see what goes on. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look. Also helpful to plug the HDMI cable into the graphics card. I'm just saying. All right, music to my ears. That's what I'm talking about right there. 5800X, 8-core, 32 gig of memory. Yep, 2 mice? 4 keyboards and 2 mice? No, I don't think that's right. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to enter setup and see what we got going on. F1. Oh, wrong one. There's 2 keyboards involved, folks. Okay, there we go. So, yep, all right, we've been able to get this going. I'm going to load up that XMP profile so we can get our memory going. 35, that's not bad. Yeah, okay. If it will focus. All right, so we're not doing too bad. We've got it going. I still have to put some. I got to put Windows 10 or Linux or something on here, but yeah, I'll do that in a few minutes. But anyway, we've got it up. We've got it running. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. There's cables all over the place, but you know what? It functions, and for now, it's going to be fine, and we will go from there. Next, we'll talk about what I plan to do. All right, try to clean this up a little bit so it's a little bit cleaner. But by very definition, it's going to be an abject, horrible mess because, well, I built it. And don't bust my nards over me putting the drive here instead of underneath the graphics card. I know that's not the right slot for it, or I know that's not the best slot for it, but this is a test bench. I don't care how fast it is or how much we can game. Well, kind of. Anyway, I'm not as concerned right now. I'll put it there later when I swap out the cards or something again. But anyway, I just want to make sure it's getting up and running and serviceable. And yeah, one more step. Here we go. All right, so now it's time to kind of address the elephant in the room, or the several elephants in the room. The first question, get out of the way, is why do I need a test bench? Well, it makes it easier for me to go back through and do some of the comparisons that I'm going to do. I need a little bit more room. I'm tired of trying to cram myself into tiny cases, and it's just more difficult. By using the test bench, I've got a little bit more area to spread out. You can tell behind me I've started to clean some areas out and move a few things around. It's just more organized. It's taking me a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. And quite frankly, there's been other things that have kind of been factors in that too. But I needed a test bench. I did need something to set up where I could easily swap video cards if I had 2 processors. And I went ahead and went with AM4 because AM5 is just, the DDR5 is outrageous right now. And you know, when you're even looking at 32 gig of DDR4 approaching $200, that's just ridiculous. I already had a 32 gig kit. I don't have an extra kit of DDR5. No sense in trying to pay $400 or $500 for a set that would be worthy of testing. So we've set up this test bench. We know we're going to get consistent results, and yeah, for the very most part, we will be able to do a few things and swap a couple things out. If I have to test with an Intel, that's all right. I have the editing rig still over that 12700 that is perfectly fine. I use it as my editing rig. It'll be fine. It's on the same desk, so I don't have to go moving all over the place and changing a lot of connections. Okay, the other elephant in the room. It's been 2 weeks. You haven't posted anything. You haven't published anything. Why are you mailing one in? Well, excuse me. Okay, reason number one. Work has also been another thing, and it's taking me a little bit longer to get organized than I thought it was going to. It's very hard to stream or to make videos when the voice itself is not cooperating. So sorry about that. You gotta bear with me a little bit. We'll get back on the train. We'll get back. We'll figure things out. We'll get it going. And who knows? There's some other things I want to do. I've seen a lot of people testing 4770s, 4790s, and stuff like that with DDR3, and saying that the 4700s, those 4770s and 4790s were the best gaming CPUs prior to DDR4. But if I remember correctly, there was the 6000 series and 7000 series that also could be on DDR3. So that's going to be one of the next projects. So kind of stay tuned for that. I'm getting my stuff together. Obviously, I'm trying to make some room so I can do some testing like that. But yeah, so that's one of the things coming up. I still have other builds, other things going on. I want to do some tests. I am going to test the 6600 against the RTX 3060 because I feel like that's a good comparison. And NVIDIA's coming back out with the, rumored release of the 3060 again. I just hope it's a 12 gig model and not the 8 gig. Don't insult us, NVIDIA, please. Come out with a 12 gig model instead of the 8 gig. Don't do that to us. But anyway, I know it's a lot of blithering. I know it's a lot of like, a fluff. I'm not going to say fluff, but it is what it is. I told you guys a long time ago I was going to film and take care of things and show things that went well, things that didn't go well. This past 2 weeks hadn't gone that well, but we still managed to get some places, organized a little bit, a test bench set up, and so you guys get to see that. Anyway, if you got anything on the video at all, or you just want to wish me well or something, comments or like or something. If you're not already subscribed, please do. That'd be great. Still want to try to get this thing going to 2,000 and 3,000 and beyond. Let's go ahead and ride this train, and let's get it going. And I would certainly appreciate it if you did that. Don't forget to visit the other socials. I'm not so much writing blogs on Buy Me a Coffee anymore, although you're still welcome to go there, and that always helps the channel. But I am at ThatPaulGuy Tech, my website. I will do some tech blogs or just some interesting things about builds and all that stuff once in a while. So maybe go check that out. The description's down, the link's down in the description. Anyway, if you don't do any of those things, if you don't like, subscribe, feel sorry for me, feel good for me, be proud of my test bench, or just look for elephants. If you can't do any of those or don't want to do any of those, it's perfectly fine. Just do me one favor. Let's be good to each other. I didn't give up on that part. So anyway, it will not be another 2 weeks before I post again. I'm going to try to get things figured out and together and try to work on this a little bit, the voice. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. So until I get myself into something I got no business getting into, and Lord knows there's a lot of it, I'll see you later.